It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
Now from downtown Minneapolis, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, partner. A couple of teams that feel like they have all the pieces. Just came up short last year. They were so excited to get 2024 going and try to make another run to get into the postseason.
Yeah, both these teams absolutely fall into that category. And just last year, going into the season, Mike, not only did they have playoff expectations, but in a lot of ways they had Super Bowl aspirations. They believe that if things fall their way, they catch a break, they continue to stay healthy, the roster they have put together is a playoff roster, if not a Super Bowl roster.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Minneapolis. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021, national champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. First run of the game here for Chase Bradley. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Quick throw here is complete. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. It's a Cincinnati first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
That one finds Chase. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
It's a pickup of 13 yards, and the Bengals going to have a first down.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Now Brown. He'll work forward for a couple. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Play action now. It's Burrow. He'll get that to all his tight end. Out of bounds, but in business. They mark him down near the 2. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. First and goal coming up.
Well, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. With that big-time throw, they got a shot now with first and goal to end this opening drive with a touchdown.
They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bengals will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes and...
That is intercepted. Picked off by DJ Turner.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
The Bengals offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's caught! And he will get into the end zone. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
McPherson now for the PAT. He's got it, and the Bengals move out on top, 14-0. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over for their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big gain.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. That's to the right side and incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And it'll be 2nd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. There's Jefferson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to throw, Burrow. He'll look underneath here for Brown. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
To say this group has started strong here in the first quarter, Mike, might be a bit of an understatement. I mean, offensively, firing on all cylinders. Defensively, suffocating the opponent. The ability to complement each other on both sides of the ball and play at such a high level, they could have a little bit more breathing room here by the end of this drive.
From the 39, here's a first and 10. Now, Burrow. That's complete. It's Yosibah. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. They'll run here with Brown. And he'll get this close to a first down. It's about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That is caught, finding Higgins. He is going to have a Bengals first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot, then there's a medium zone option, and then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Second down, Burrow. Quick hitting slant there. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. We are through 1. 14-0 is our score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Here's Brown. A dive, and he's in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, Every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll go play action here with the pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is McCarthy. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's Ryan Wright now. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosivas. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 1st and 10. Now, Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Now a 1st and the shotgun, it's Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. Now a 3rd and 2. A carry here for Brown. He is going to have a Bengals first down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They go play action for Burrow. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Burrow here on 2nd down. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's a run. A short game, down to the 7. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That is caught. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Bengals. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. On is McPherson for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bengals are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return is Rodgers. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Play action now. It's McCarthy. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
To the right side, he's got Hockenson, his tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
On the handoff, Jones. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They'll run it here with Jones. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. Now here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Jones. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up third down.
Third and goal. Looking to throw. McCarthy. This one brought in by Hockenson. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it is 4th and goal.
Will Reichert on for the Vikings.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. On 4th down, it's Will Reichert time for this Viking field goal. This about as short as you can get. Reichert's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board just before halftime.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Burrow now to throw on first down. That's complete. It's Yosibach. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They bring Chase in motion. Burrow. The middle of the field. That's taken in by Chase. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. There's that man again. Another catch. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran, Harrison Smith.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Bengals are out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report.
Hi, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On second down, it's Jones. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Geno Stone with the tackle. Third and 9. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. This one intercepted. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. Bone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Second and a yard. Burrow to throw. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
A first down throw for Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosibas. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now, Burrow. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Mike Gesicki, touchdown Cincinnati. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
McPherson now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Bengals stretch things out even further.
Vikings 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return is Rodgers. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. First and 10 now from the 36. Slot receiver headed right. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
A loss of 2.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now a handoff. Jones. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
That's the gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a first down. 12 yards there and a first down. 1st and 10. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. Taking off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run the toss here with Jones. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
It's the gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense over 300 yards passing in the game and has been sharp right from the start. On first down, Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Second down, Burrow. Taken in by Gesicki. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
A handoff as they try to run it here. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. They bring Chase in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. He'll find Chase. That's complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10, up at the 42. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Burrow, RPO, get it to Chase. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Second and 7. Burrow. Off he goes. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Bengals 42, Vikings 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Chandler now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process. For a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. McCarthy going to look to throw again. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. To the ground, a 1st down run. And he'll get about 5. Putting the tight end in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. And this throw batted away and incomplete. The veteran Harrison Smith around the ball like he's been most of his career.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
He's got a man. That's the tight end Sample. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Gesicki, the man in motion. To throw is Burrow. And he's in. Andre Yosibov. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bengals will add one more onto their big lead.
Vikings 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return is Rodgers. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This secondary will get a lot of the credit. 3 picks so far. But, Greg, the pass rush has been relentless as well.
Yeah, I think it's super important, Mike, that we point out just how much the pass rush and then the secondary coverage works together. The more that rush gets home, the faster that ball gets out. We can play certain coverages knowing the timing of the quarterback has to be sped up. So often, the teams that are the most successful in this league, Mike, they have the best understanding. When our back end and our front end are working in unison, man, it puts a lot of pressure on not only the quarterback, but the entire offense.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Quick throw, taken in, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Throwing again is McCarthy. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To the air once more is McCarthy. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Anytime you bring pressure like that, Mike, you're counting on getting to the quarterback before you get beat downfield. The vulnerability of that play call is in your pass coverage, but when you can get home and get to the quarterback that fast, the offense never has a chance to stress your coverage.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now Brown. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that first down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Now Burrow on the bootleg. He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on third and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down. They'll run here with Brown. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Here's Brown. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up fourth down.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
The Bengals ready to punt this one away. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. There's Jefferson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll be third down. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That is brought in. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
This is hot toward the side of the end zone. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. It's up and through. And the Vikings will get just a bit closer. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They face 2nd down and 7. A carry here for Brown. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here comes 3rd and 6. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. 15 yards the pickup. Good for a 1st down.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
Handoff here, up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Moving the tight end right. Burrow here on 2nd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Gesicki, the man in motion. Burrow. That is caught. Finding Higgins. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
And the Bengals first down.
So this one, a win for the visiting Bengals. And they made it look easy. Their offense playing at about as high a level as they can play. Defense wasn't too shabby either. And they're able to get the victory here by a rout in grand style. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.